Welcome to Intrendias. Thank you for clicking on the show. Today we're looking at Nvidia stock. Here, from the most recent quarter earnings, we see Nvidia have a huge rally because of the driven AI chip demand. Here we're seeing EPS of $9.09 adjusted compared to the 92-cent expected, and revenue was also out of the water with 7 billion compared to 6.5. So of course this comes down to the innovations in the AI space recently, and to support those heavy computations, companies need massive GPU chips in order to provide that demand necessary to successfully run things like ChatGPT. So they're doing great in the GPU chip manufacturing space. However, the quarter also shadows the fact that their gaming division was actually down 38% in revenue. And this decline was, of course, macroeconomic environments, which makes sense as inflation increases. Probably the everyday person is not too worried about trying to get the next new console, right? Or the next new PC, right? Since prices are super hot right now, perhaps the average Joe is putting that on the back burner. But definitely a good quarter, definitely something that cannot be ignored. And this is why we are looking at it at Intrendias. And just for reference, the net income, when you compare the two on the quarter, it was 26% difference, which is fantastic. However, most recently now, we've been seeing some profit taking based on the recent short-term downtrend of Nvidia. We're seeing some profit taking of the Nasdaq 100 stocks, and then some prominent valuation expert seems to also be profit taking and suggesting that Nvidia is actually only worth 240 per share. And perhaps this individual is quite pessimistic of Nvidia from NYU. On the flip side, though, we are seeing Snowflake and NVIDIA announce a partnership to help create generative AI models for over 8,000 customers. Essentially, these companies can create a sort of chat GPT of sorts. But the good thing here is that they have internal data. Let's say a healthcare company wants to create a chatbot on their website. And then what's great about that is that chatbot has healthcare data that ChatGPT doesn't have access to. So these AI assistant models will be trained on data that's very specific towards a need that everyday ChatGPT will not be able to execute, right? So this partnership is a great, fantastic way for NVIDIA to continue milking this AI boom and actively partake in it. So this is fantastic stuff. So what does the Intrendias website have to say about NVIDIA? Well, for starters, we've been seeing a lot of sell signals here, especially most recently in June. And we've been having sell signals very early on. And these are obviously now, in hindsight, false readings. But now that the price has been way above the water, let's see if these readings definitely now have credence. We're seeing that the MACD line has recently made a reversal, and the MACD line crossed above the signal line from above. And we're definitely seeing an oversold reading from the RSI itself. Moreover, in our S&P 500 screener, searching for Nvidia will also result in a sell signal right here. So let's go to the candlestick chart and see exactly what we're working with here. Here for the long term, we're seeing a very nice around 30-degree trend line that went from October 2022 all the way to the earnings date, which was May 25th. So clearly we're seeing numerous times that the stock has bounced on and off this trend line here. So I would think it'd be a great starting point for us to find potential new support levels based on this 30-degree trend line. We could zoom in closer to here where now we're seeing this huge volume gap thanks to the earnings that we have seen from Nvidia. The stock gets excited, retail investors jump in. Now we're seeing some potential profit taking here as the highest was around 440 and now we're back down to 405-ish. What I could see happening for Nvidia is the profit taking continues to occur as the majority of the Nasdaq is considered a sell, and moreover for the S&P, the index as a whole is considered a sell as well. Back to Nvidia, I could see the price declining back down to the higher highs line of our 30-degree trend line. And I could see this price further continue downwards until it hits the lower lows line so that it fulfills the volume gap here before potentially increasing back up to do a bounce off. Moreover, in the short term here, we're seeing a evening star bearish candlestick here, which resulted in a 7% decline. And then we see a bullish harami candle pattern, which resulted in a 16% increase from there. And then we're starting to see this downtrend to perhaps fill up that volume gap mentioned earlier. And then the final key takeaway here is that we have some selling from within. And if I type in NVIDIA here, we're going to see Director Mark Stevens on 2023, June 21st, so very recent, very fresh here. A quantity of 118 shares were sold at a valuation of $51 million. And not only that, we've had another director on the 16th sell 50,000 shares. We had another director, Sewell, on the 15th sell 800 shares. June 14th, Jones Harvey sold 119,000 shares, etc., etc. We've had plenty of selling from within the company, and who else but the company itself would know it any better. Watch what the big boys are doing and follow suit. Not financial advice. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I would love to hear what you have to say about NVIDIA stock. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to comment and like and subscribe if you enjoy the content here. And let me know down in the comments if you think I missed anything and what stocks you'd like to see covered on the channel. And once again, the Intrendias website is free to use. So if there's any stock, crypto, or forex you're interested in, you could hop over to the site with the link in description/comments for your pleasure. Thank you again. See you in the next one.